Good morning guys, welcome back to a brand new video. Me and Bee have just arrived at the off-grid property and it is another beautiful day. There is not a cloud in the sky. The cuckoo is going off. It's our resident cuckoo who's lived here as long as we have lived here or own the property. We absolutely love it. It makes the place feel even nicer than it already is. But today is a really cool video because we're going to show you inside the barn conversion. Who remembers this project? Because this was a really fun one for me to build. This is our A-frame chicken coop with the dormer window. When you walk past, I put the perch right in the dormer window so you can see them looking out of the window. It's really funny, but I just love how I reused loads of different materials. I love doing that. All the old tiles from the old barn. And the great thing is, whoever buys this property from us can get animals straight away, because usually when you move onto a homestead, maybe you have to build your own chicken coop or buy one, fence certain areas. We don't have to do that here. If you want to get goats, sheep, chickens, you can do that right away because we've got fenced areas for the goats, which obviously could house a donkey, horses, sheep, goats, anything basically. So this is kind of nice that whoever buys this can move straight in and have animals straight away, because I know when we moved here, we wanted animals straight away, but there was a lot of infrastructure that we had to do and put in before that could happen. Everything's looking so photogenic now that the grass is trimmed, so better get my camera out and start taking some photos. But you can see here, this is our outhouse with a toilet and a shower. And just over there, let me come round here, past these beautiful flowers, and you can see the wood burning bath is still here. So if you want to get yourself a wood burning bath, then this is a property for you. I had many good experiences hanging out in here at sunset. I need to give the bath a little bit of a clean, but that's not hard at all. It takes about 45 minutes to get warm. But then you can just lounge in it while the sun's going down, and this is your view over beautiful rolling hills.
I've just come out of the barn. I was actually just packing up some bits and pieces we left there when we moved out that I totally forgot we even owned. But out here, we've got some stuff that we need to move out of the way. It's some bits that I put aside to take with us to Miracle Mountain. That needs to go, and also make it tidy and accessible, because we've got a plumber coming tomorrow to help us finish off the waterworks.
I absolutely love this pointed wall and the little window that is handcrafted by myself. I spent probably a couple days working on that window. It's all out of chestnut. I stained it really nicely, fitted the glass, and it turned out so nice. It's the little details where you put effort into something that make the bigger picture. You know, all of these small fine details make this place what it actually is. And you can see I've started the plumbing just over there, but it's going to take me another 2 or 3 days to complete it. So I thought I'd just get a plumber here and he's going to complete it in one. And every day at the moment is so important. But I do also have some other pointing to finish, and I'll show you that in a minute. Right, so before we take a look inside, you can see that I need to point this front wall, and it's going to look glorious, especially around this doorway when it's all finished. But if we make our way inside, once the camera adapts, you'll be able to see how beautiful this place is, the pointed feature wall. And we just have, there's just so many little details in here that I absolutely love. We put our blood, sweat and tears, as a lot of you guys already know. We've got the beautiful mezzanine, the big glass door, and everything's in chestnut, the best quality wood. We've got the Velux windows. We've got Bee hovering around in the beautiful light.
I don't come with the barn, sorry.
Bee does not come with the barn. I need to keep Bee. But this ladder as well that we built up to the mezzanine, and just everything about this place is absolutely gorgeous. The surrounds, the stone surrounds around the plastered walls, it just is a gorgeous place. So like I just mentioned, this house smells really nice, which to a lot of you guys might sound quite surprising because it has been left empty for over a year. But to be honest, it looks like we literally just left yesterday, and it smells like we just left yesterday. It's a really nice woody smell, and that is not normal for a house that has been just left and closed up. Usually you'd walk in, there'd be damp problems, there'd be maybe some mold growing, and you would have like a really horrible musky smell, but not in here. It's absolutely wonderful. And to be honest, it wasn't that much of a surprise to me because I know the research that we put in to using all of the right products. So we used lime plaster, everything's done in lime, and we made sure there was enough ventilation so this building can really breathe, which is really important for stone. So just to give you guys an idea of scale, I'm just under the mezzanine area that we had like as the living room.
We had a 3-meter sofa under here. Can I talk about the kitchen now?
Let me just show them up on the mezzanine. So you hold that, you film me going up on the mezzanine, and I'll show how easy it is to go up. Ta-da!
Your parents made it up there.
And I'm 6'3" and I can fit up here. Let me grab the camera and I'll show you the view from up here because it's really cool. Look at that, we got our bed just here with our bedside table, this beautiful railing. It's all handmade, it's all chestnut. We've got storage over there for your clothes. The floor is beautiful and wooden as well. And yeah, you just get the real sense of height. It feels like a chapel in here. For the floor to ceiling height is huge.
So here I am sitting in the kitchen. We get so many questions about it. Everyone wants to know, is it finished? What's the story? Because we did start showing the kitchen get done and then we never showed it being completed, and that's because it's not complete. And there's a whole load of different reasons why. And the number one reason is me. I did do a video all about my mental health and everything that I've been going through for the last probably 20 years, to be honest, and it's kind of totally changed since my surgery at the end of last year. So if you want to understand more about that, I will link the video and put a card or something that will pop up on the screen. But it basically, to really say it simply, I was in a very, very, very bad mental headspace, and Theo had to carry an awful lot of stuff on his shoulders. He had to keep me alive. He had to look after the animals. He had to look after the house, all the building, all our work, everything. And it was just basically, the kitchen was not a top priority. We had our outdoor one where we could still cook and do everything. We did use the shelves and everything, and the fridge, which was amazing. So good in the summer to have a fridge where you can have ice cold drinks. Ooh, absolute best. But it just wasn't a mega priority at that time. The most important thing was just kind of keeping me alive and keeping me around. So the kitchen is gonna get completed and we are gonna show you it being done. Don't worry. I know that people are also worried that we're gonna sell this place and not show you when it's done. Trust me, we will. We brought you along with us from the very beginning, so we wanna bring you through to the whole journey. So if you haven't already, do make sure you're subscribed. If you haven't seen the journey of us converting this barn, also there's a whole playlist so you can watch the whole thing from the beginning, because sitting in here, it does actually blow my mind how different it is from when we first started, when it was a dusty, dark, old barn full of straw, full of random doors and goat poo and all sorts of stuff. The journey we went on with this place is unreal, and to think back on it, I'm so proud of me and Theo. We've done so much and we've managed to get through so many difficulties over the years and enjoyed ourselves along the way. It's not been all doom and gloom the whole time, trust me, but it has been really difficult as well. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Life does throw you a lot of curveballs along the way. So the kitchen is going to get done and we are working on it, and that's why we've got the plumber coming tomorrow, because he is going to help us get everything sorted for the kitchen. So here I am standing in our entranceway in the gorgeous curved bit that we cut out. This was really a mind-numbing activity to make sure that all of the planks actually fit, but we need to finish it, the little trim on the edge, and we can't decide what to do with the actual semicircle itself. We put this matting down, which acts as a really good way to just throw your shoes off and have them there. But we were originally going to tile it, but now we're against time. What do you think we should do with it? Should we leave it as is? Should we tile it? What are you thinking? Are you tired of staring at a blank screen, wondering where to start with your website? Well, Squarespace have made it easier than ever to create your very own online presence. With Squarespace Blueprint AI, their guided design system takes the guesswork out of building your website. Using the prompts, you choose what you'd like and go from there. And with their fluid engine, customization is at your fingertips. Drag, drop and create on the go with ease. You don't need to worry about understanding code or messing around with heavy technical features, as Squarespace is designed with the user in mind. If you have a shop on your site, then with the flexible payment options, checkout has never been easier. You can accept credit cards, PayPal and even offer buy now or pay later with Afterpay and Klarna. Terms like SEO can be off-putting, but simply put, they optimize your site and help it stand out in search results. With their integrated SEO tools, you can get discovered by more people faster. So if you haven't already, then definitely click the link in our description or head to squarespace.com/indieproject or use our code indieprojects for a 14-day free trial and 10% off your first purchase of a website or a domain.
Good morning. Currently back at Miracle Mountain. And I just thought I'd show you how gorgeous our driveway is looking. I absolutely love it when the leaves come out, everything's lush and green. This is definitely my favourite time of the year. So it's 3 days after we last filmed. Bee's not been feeling very well, so she's in bed resting. But look at this. Can you see that pink blossom behind me and the sun shooting through the trees? It's another wonderful day. As I say, it's 3 days later, but I've been at the off-grid property every single day grafting to get this place ready to sell. And to be honest, I'm shocked with how much I've managed to get done in that time. Having a tractor there was such a good idea, and I can't wait to show you the improvements because almost looks like a different place. And a little update on this mammoth project that I'm really excited for, and already the ball is rolling. Tomorrow we go into the architect studio to see the 3 different designs and layouts that they've come up with, so that's very exciting. But for now, this is what I need. So I just arrived at the off-grid property armed with the hammer and chisel because I'm going to be starting some work on one of the side walls. What I need to do is basically chip out all of the small stones ready to finish off the pointing, but I will show you what I'm going to do just in a moment. But this is the first time I pulled the car into the parking space that I've created, and I'm excited to show you what I've been doing for the last 2 or 3 days. So a little update on the plumbing situation. The plumber he did a cracking job, and as you can see, the boiler and the pipes, everything is working. We now have hot and cold water into the building, ready to install the sink, so that is exciting. You can see the gas bottle down there. I need to build a platform for that to sit on, and also I need to run some conduit under this trench and under this wall so that I can basically feed the wires through nice and safely. I'm actually so happy with how things are moving along. It just seems like everything is falling into place, which is really nice. And I actually might make the crazy deadline that I've set myself. So remember this massive pile of stones right here? This was about 4 times as big just a couple of days ago, but I've been using all of this beautiful granite stone to work with building walls and rock gardens. So if I walk up here, please ignore the rubble on the right hand side. That is going to be removed with the excavator really soon. We've got the stone wall on the right hand side curving round that's going to be nicely backfilled, and a nice big driveway. So if you want to get deliveries here, the trucks can still get in here, and you got parking space for 2 cars. Right where the duster's parked, you can fit another car there nicely. But yeah, I've created these kind of like rock gardens that I'm going to put soil in between the stones, and you can plant things coming out of them, and it just looks really pleasing. And then if I come around, you'll see the nice big entrance driveway, and let me show you the stone wall that I've created. It's quite hard to show because obviously the sand's quite white and the sun is really harsh, but if I just walk around here, you'll see the amount of work I've got done in just a couple of days. So it curves around really nicely around here, and like I say, this is going to be backfilled a little bit with soil to bring the level of the ground up to create a nice flat terrace area, but it comes all the way around here. I've still got a little bit of work to do filling in some of the smaller stones, but it curves around once again down here. I absolutely love it. It's turned out so nicely. And then here you can see it carries on a little bit to here, and you've got this beautiful round fire pit, which is also going to be filled in with gravel so you can walk through and have yourself a nice little fire. And that's not everything that I've got done. I'll show you in just a second the final thing, but there's a reason why I've done this. And a lot of you guys probably think I'm crazy, but this is going to add a lot of value to the property. Someone is going to be able to just move in. They're going to have hot water. Like I said, they got a place for the animals on day one, and that's pretty unheard of most of the time. So I really want a turnkey property here that I can put on the market and someone can move straight in. That is my goal. Also, I'm fulfilling the ideas that I originally had before we moved that I wanted to get done. So it's also a little bit for myself. Completing this project is really important to me to see it through. So we're going to have gravel all the way around the property, landscaping. The stones kind of keep that gravel in the areas and make the wild bits look even nicer, because then you've got a nice landscape bit that is kind of framing the house. It's also a very fire safe. If a fire was to come through, it means that the house is protected with the gravel and the stones, and it's created a really nice fire break. So last but not least, if I keep walking straight forward, you'll be able to see what I've been working on. You can see there's just bare dirt there. That's because I had to create a road in to be able to basically move and dump all of these stones for the rock garden in front of the house. That's going to be a brilliant fire break. Before I talk about that, just here was a massive deep-rooted bramble bush that I just needed to get rid of. I've put it over here and I'm going to mulch all of that down with the tractor in due course. But basically what I've created is this beautiful semicircle of stones here that, like I say, is one, a fire break for the house, but also I'm going to fill it in with bits of dirt and plant lavender up here and different herbs and flowers, and it's just going to be lovely sitting out on the veranda and looking at that. You can kind of see the curvature a little bit better from this angle, but imagine when it's all planted up. Look at that sheen on my arm. I've just put my sun lotion on. My arm is so brown now. But yeah, imagine when that's all planted up there, and that is what you look at from the veranda. Absolutely beautiful. I'm just hiding out under the shade for a minute because it is really warm again today, but it is really hard to show you guys on camera because obviously there's rolling hills on this property. There's all these different level changes. the stones as well. They've got this real nice depth and shadows that just doesn't come across on camera, but you'll have to take my word for it. I think it looks pretty good on camera, but it looks amazing in person. Right, that's enough waffling. It's time to get cracking and get this job done, or at least most of it I reckon I can get done today, ready to finish the pointing on this wall. I don't know if you guys saw the latest Van Wives episode, but you can see I got my safety specs on because I didn't wear them before. I used to wear them kind of sporadically, and the one time I didn't wear them, I got a piece of metal in my eye and it was absolutely brutal and I was terrified. And I just watched a Van Wives video recently, I think their latest one, and Crystal got something in her eye for not wearing the glasses, and it's a big wake-up call. It's a big reminder to always wear your safety glasses, because when you don't, something's going to happen. But I hope you're doing all right, Crystal. Anyway, I'm going to crack on now with this wall and just chip away all of these small stones that are in the gaps of the bigger stones that don't need to be there. So when I come round to pointing, it's really quick and easy. So I'm just putting all of these smaller stones in a black bucket because they match the rest of the wall. And what I call these is swodgers, small little granite stones that basically once I put the mortar in, I can put these, basically bed them into the mortar to create strength in the wall and just to make it so that the pointing is not really wide, because I don't like big, thick pointing. Pointing is kind of an art, and you know, everyone's got their own taste. So things are going really nicely. You can see the gaps between the big stones are much more prominent now. That's what we want. And you'll be able to see like a dust right there. And all this stuff needs to come out. All this dust is just an old lime clay render that originally they would have used back in the day. So we need to get all of that out because we don't want anything loose in these gaps. We want our mortar that we're going to be putting in there to bond nicely in between the stones and strengthen this wall. I'm going to end the video there. I hope you guys have enjoyed this one, seeing all the progress and all of our ideas and things that we need to get done before we actually sell it. But like I said, things are going really nicely, really smoothly. The machinery is helping definitely, and I need to put the camera down now so I can finish this wall so it is ready to point, because I'm pretty sure that next week is a lot cooler, and when you use lime you don't really want direct sun, you don't really want really hot temperatures because it just goes off far too quickly. I've also seen a lot of comments of people really overwhelmed for me. Please do not comment your overwhelm to me, because I am not overwhelmed. Obviously we love reading comments, but sometimes when I see people and they're stressing out, they don't know how I'm gonna manage, I know exactly how I manage. I'm not overwhelmed. I'm taking it day by day. I know exactly what I'm doing. Everything is under control. Just follow along and enjoy the journey. Thank you once again, and I'll catch you on the next video.